Kala Yahweh Bashim, Yahushua Bashim Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the others that rule well. PC brothers out there that's kicking his word in sincerity, also in truth. In your walk, in your individual walk with the Lord, there's going to be certain scenarios in which you want to resort to that old man, the old way of doing things. Case in point, you get into it with somebody and you ready to, do harm to that person. You want to be frank, beat that individual ass. You know what I'm saying? You want to beat this nigga ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't be more candid or get him in trouble or with your girl, you want to, you want to have multiple women, and by doing so, you're lying to your wife, or, in layman terms, your main, to do what? To, get more women, but a lot of times that old man isn't advantageous and is quite frankly wicked. And that's a huge, that's really the premises of this fight of ours, man. We will constantly warn against, the flesh. So it's so important to just remain prayed up and also remain in these scriptures and constantly reminding yourself of what, you're supposed to be, or how you're supposed to be acting in your walk. The scriptures say, Romans, the 12th chapter, to be transformed by the renewing of our minds. So think how we used to do certain things, isn't smart, man. So this is Romans 7:23. But I see another law in my members, warn against the law of my mind and bringing me into captivity to the law of sin, which is in my members. That's right. So it's a constant battle between the flesh and the spirit. And what I'm starting to understand is whatever you feed the most, that's what's going to win. You see? O wretched man that I am, who shall deliver me from the body of this death? I thank the Most High through Yahushua Mashiach our Lord. So then with the mind I myself serve the law of the Most High, but with the flesh the law of sin. So, hey, the water to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, for sending Yahushua, for that grace period. Because if we didn't have that grace period, brothers, man, we will be counted as, sinners, and all sinners are going to receive death. But while we are under this grace, it's very important that we're being mindful of the salvation that we could possibly obtain, and also that destruction that we could also possibly obtain too. So you want to be mindful of what you are allowing your mind to think. It's a constant battle, brothers. You see what I'm saying? It's a constant battle between the flesh and the spirit, So just giving brothers heads up, younger brothers, you're going to go through scenarios in your life in which doing the right thing doesn't feel advantageous for you. You really, really, really want to do, certain things your way. And that happens during the time of temptation, if you will. It's important not to have your mind made up, to do wickedness, or to go back a problem with wickedness. But you have to always try to remain in the spirit. You see what I'm saying? It's not an easy thing, and I'm not going to sit here and say that I won that battle every single time. In fact, I've failed several times, and that's really the premises of this sit down. You see, but now that we are, a part of this faith, And more importantly, we understand the times that we're living in. It's so important to try to remain in the spirit, Hakim. You see, Galatians 5:14, for all the law is fulfilled in one word, even in this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. But if ye bite and devour one another, take heed that ye be not consumed one of another. That's right. A lot, young brothers, our brothers just getting into this thing, disciples. I prefer that than versus young brothers. There's gonna be scenarios when you're not gonna feel a certain brother, or you're not gonna feel a certain situation, but you have to remain in the spirit. You don't want to lose your cool, be yelling and all that crap, getting into it with somebody. Your name is always in the mix. For me, I'm a type of person, if I have a problem with you, I prefer to just get off my chest, and let that individual know. But even in doing that, you could cause problems. A lot of times you have to just take the low, because what you perceive as right, at that given time might not be in the spirit, So a lot of times it takes us having, forgiveness and having mercy on one another. You see, I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusts against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary one to another. So then ye cannot do the things that ye would. That's right. So the flesh is constantly warring with the spirit. And, personally speaking, I've seen several brothers fall out due to certain problems that they had with brothers, and they couldn't overcome the flesh. They couldn't get over it, man. And that's something, that you have to look out for. You have to look out for, brothers. And a lot of time it takes you you focusing on your own individual walk. And once you do that more, you're really not worried about what everybody else is doing, because you see your faults. You see, the attributes in which you need to work on. And also, attributes that you have, that you possess, that's good for the body. And so you utilize, what you have for the truth. Remember, this is a business, so you want to be as professional as possible. This thing is personal, but you can't take it too personal, brothers. Don't take this walk. Don't take what other brothers is doing or different scenarios too personal. I myself, I got into this truth when I was 22. You know what I'm saying? So this was all I had. You know what I'm saying? I ain't like shit. I didn't have family and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? My brothers was locked up and all that. So it was easy for me to attach myself and just to go hard in this thing. You know what I'm saying? But even within that, you have to have moderation. You see, because you don't want to offend brothers by taking it too personally, or trying to feel like you got to correct a brother and stuff like that. Walk in the spirit by having that mercy, and also understand that this is an individual walk. You have to take care of yourself for yourself. Nobody's going to take care of you better than you, brothers. And with that understanding comes what? Self-governance. And it's funny how this conversation is coming up often, that the elder apostle Menatazat, had did a sit down on the end, the Kahan Pashai, he did a sit down on it, and I watched a little bit of it. And it's very true. A lot of times you would get engulfed in this truth. You know what I'm saying? That's all you see. You see what I'm saying? You don't see forward, and your personal wants and desires can spew out into the brotherhood. And this thing isn't about us or the individual. It's about what's good for the body. You know what I'm saying? This world teaches us to be very individualistic, more than what we, perceive in ourselves, man, even in this walk. So a part of growing in this thing is, understanding that you have no control over nobody else, but you have control over yourself. You see? So you don't want to walk in the lust of your flesh. You see what I'm saying? Verse 17, for the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary the one to another, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. But if ye be led by the spirit, ye are not under the law, which is, really a whole new other topic. You know what I'm saying? The spirit, walking in the spirit is trying to, do what these scriptures tell us to do to the best of our ability. You see? Now, if we're under the law, we wouldn't be able to fulfill all the laws. That's why we're under this grace. But do we may void the law through faith? No, we establish the law, but you have to walk in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Everything isn't going to be linear. You see, there's certain scenarios, that you're going to perceive that seems unfair to you. And that's the key point, to you. You know what I'm saying? But you have to look at it, what's good for the body, man. You see, not for what you perceive. You see what I'm saying? James 4:1. From whence come wars and fightings among you? Come they not hence even of your lusts and that war in your members? So, these different conflicts that could possibly arise, and they really come from what an individual desires, man. You see what I'm saying? Ye lust and have not, ye kill and desire to have and cannot obtain. Ye fight in war, yet ye have not, because ye ask not. Ye ask and receive not, because ye ask amiss, that ye may consume it upon your lust. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is enmity, is enemy of the Most High. Do ye think that the scripture saith in vain, the spirit that dwelleth in you lusteth to envy? That's right. That word envy, you look it up, it means hate. You know what I'm saying? This flesh of ours induces us to be very, very selfish, and it's very, very, very sneaky. This flesh is very, very sneaky, and it will put you in scenarios to which, you might have indignation, which means righteous anger, right? And you might be justified in doing something carnal as hell, man. Seemingly. That's the kicker right there. There is no scenario in which you're supposed to be carnal. You see what I'm saying? But this flesh will induce you to think, you know what, man, if I be carnal, man, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Man, she told, case in point, a woman says, you know what, I'm just talking to this dude. We ain't going out. The flesh is like, what? They just talking shit. Me and her just talking right now. I'm sure I might well, slide up in that thing. She down for the crown. Well, no. That's the flesh talking. You might be justified and she's playing semantics with you, in the flesh, but spiritually speaking, that's wrong. That's off, man. You see what I'm saying? So what do you have to do? You have to do what's right. And that's that, and that's what, we're constantly battling against, this flesh of ours, brother. This flesh is wicked. You see? And it's very sneaky, man. They'll put you in scenarios in which you think you're right. And you could be totally wrong, man. You could be wrong, brothers. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta be careful. Verse 6, but he giveth more grace, wherefore he saith, The Most High, wherefore he saith, God resisteth the proud, but giveth grace unto the humble. And that's right. When that pride comes in, it blinds you. You know, it says that pride leads to destruction. When you are proud and you begin to justify yourself, man, it could get ugly, brothers. It could get ugly. It could get ugly, man, brother. It could get ugly. You don't even see how whack you are. You see what I'm saying? Yelling and shit at goddamn camp. I'm talking, I ain't talking to nobody else but myself. You know what I'm saying? Tripping. That's that flesh. That's that flesh. And you think you are in the spirit. You really just tripping out. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be careful, brothers. And you know what I'm saying? You young brothers that's coming in this thing, man. You know, these scenarios will arise. These scenarios will arise, man. Hey, try your hardest to remain in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? It's going to tell you how to. Verse 8, draw nigh to the Most High, and he will draw nigh to you. Cleanse your hands, ye sinners, and purify your heart, ye double-minded. You going back and forth. One minute you in the spirit, you know, you trying to do the right thing. Next minute you tripping out. You ready to go back to the old, man. You unstable, man. You see what I'm saying? Bipolar in the spirit. You don't want to be like that. You see what I'm saying? Be afflicted and mourn and weep. Let your laughter be turned to mourning and your joy into heaviness. Humble yourselves, it is. Humble yourselves in the sight of Yahweh by Yeshua Yahushua, and he shall lift you up. Humble yourself, man, brothers. Hey, you gotta humble yourself. You gotta humble yourself. This walk of wars, it's calls for humility. No matter how humble you think you are, the Most High can reveal unto you that you really aren't that humble, or you need to humble you, or maybe you are humble, but you need to humble yourself even more. You see what I'm saying? Speak not evil one of another, brethren. He that speaketh evil of his brother and judgeth his brother speaketh evil of the law and judgeth the law. But if thou judge the law, thou art not a doer of the law, but a judge. So you talking down on the brothers. Leave it alone, man. You seeing something, you know, that a particular brother is doing. Once you already voiced it, you know, leave it alone, man. Because you ain't gonna do nothing but destroy yourself. And you're sitting in that seat of judgment. You know. And if you don't have any mercy, the Most High is not gonna give you any mercy, man. You gotta be careful. We have to be careful, Hakim. You know, this is you know, Most High willing is edifying. I don't wanna make this too long. You know, I just wanna throw that out there, man. Hey, brothers, this is a constant battle. Hakim, this is a constant battle. A constant battle to try to stay in the spirit, man. And it's not easy. You see what I'm saying? But hey, we have a solution. You have to believe and trust in the process. You know, many brothers say that. Call Allah Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua.